What's up, everyone? Okay, so I've had my speaker mic set up, everything here for a year and a half, and I've done nothing with it. And I thought, one of these days I'll record an audiobook of Snow in Vietnam, and I've never done it. So now I'm just kind of tinkering around, and I am the most creative when I'm in my onesie here. So I've got my Audacity program up, got my microphone, and last Saturday when I was at the Oklahoma Writers Federation Inc. Conference, I actually did an author connection meet and greet, and I did a reading from chapter 29 of Snow in Vietnam. So I'm going to read for you what I read at the reading last Saturday, and you can tell me what you think. And here we go. So we're going to hit record. A reading from chapter 29. We drift aimlessly all day with the heat of the sun beating down with such malice and contempt. Many of the elderly, the women, and the children take refuge down below to escape the intensity of the rays. It is not any better down there with the rancid smells of urine, vomit, and bad body odor. Hour by hour, we get weaker and more delirious. I see Tree scoop up some ocean water to drink. I try to tell him it will make it worse, but I am too late. Another day makes an encore. We have been on the run for 5 nights and 4 days, battling everything from the mosquitoes on the peninsula to the storm at sea, and now, the cruelest punisher of all, nothingness. We are all too ill from the big waves, the hot days and cold nights. Those below deck vomit and pee where they sit and pass out from the stale air and foul smells. I sit here contemplating if I should eat the money that is in the red envelopes. Will that help the hunger pains subside? I pray for some rain, but none comes. We are in dire straits. Thuy Thien sleeps beside me with the green silk tunic covering her head. Boat, whispers Tree. He points. I sit up, and sure enough, there's a boat. We siphon the last ounce of energy left and try to get the boat's attention. It turns and heads toward us, getting bigger and bigger. I'm ecstatic. After 10 minutes, the elation is replaced with fear. 2 vessels, both with Thai flags, pull up and tether our boat to theirs. I count 7 dark-skinned, shirtless men armed with knives, hammers, and rifles. 5 of them board our boat, while the other 2 stay with their vessel. Their sinister faces are premonitions of what is to come. The women in our boat yell and scream in fear. Some of them try to make themselves hideous by tousling their hair and rubbing grease on their face or vomit on their body. Like me, they have heard stories of girls getting brutally raped or kidnapped by the Thai pirates. They continue to be assaulted by gangs of fishermen even after the girls hemorrhage out and die. Others get sold into slavery or deposited onto a deserted island, only to be repeatedly violated at the mercy of these men's whims. One of the pirates, the shortest one with curly hair, wearing a sarong and a headband, speaks to his crew. I am guessing he is the operator behind this. I cannot understand anything he says. Stricken with fear and wasted from lack of food, we all stand or sit in our place, immobile. I wrap my protective talons around Thuy Thien and avoid eye contact. The same pirate speaks to us in English. Men over there, women over here. They separate us, even the babies and children. The leader rummages through our belongings and searches the boat for valuables, finding gold, jewelry, money, and the bottle of cognac. 2 of the pirates stand guard in front of our men, threatening them with guns and machetes. The other 2 pirates walk to our group of women and hold us hostage. There are 15 of us women, ranging from 23 years old to 70 years old, a 2-month-old infant, and my daughter, age 4. The pirate with the curly hair lifts my chin with his knife to get a good look at my face. He smiles at me before diverting his attention to Thuy Thien. All right, I'm gonna pause there. And we're gonna read that again. He smiles at me before diverting his attention to Thien, the woman who is 6 months pregnant. His eyes scan down to her swollen belly. Before diverting his attention to a young mother holding her 2-month-old daughter. He grabs her wrist and drags her toward his boat. She cries out and resists. The rest of us try to protect her and pull her back, but his companions punch us in the face and hit us with hammers. The young woman's husband screams for mercy and begs them to leave his wife alone. He receives a blow to the head with the butt of a rifle for his outcry. They throw him overboard. One of the pirates uses a pole to jab him and keep him submerged. The pirate laughs like it is a game. The young woman is lifted up onto one of the vessels. She kicks and screams while still holding her baby tight. 4 more women get separated from us and taken aboard the other boats. The rest of us are forced below deck with the hatch locked. The anguished screams of women getting raped while the baby cries and the pirates cheer, "Haunt..." We're gonna have to delete that. "Haunt me." Sung, Mintu, Tree, and Tong try to break open the hatch. An hour goes by and the cries have stopped. There is splashing in the water, and moments later the engines fire up and the 2 boats drive off. I am stunned. I close my eyes and pray, letting the tears escape. I smell something burning and realize our boat is on fire. There is panic below deck and screams coming from both inside the boat and outside in the water. The men take turns trying to force the hatch open and finally are able to break free. We clamber out and work together to smother the fire. I grab one of the fuel canisters to fill it up with water and spot the 5 women in the ocean. "Tree, Snitch, help them into the boat." As the women are being pulled into the boat, the rest of us fill up the 3 canisters and douse the fire. We stomp on the flames and beat it back with our shirts. Finally, the fire is extinguished. We all weep, relieved that the boat is still intact. I stumble to the women who were raped. All of them are shaking. One of them is hysterical. I realize her baby is not with her. I rush to the port and starboard of the boat. My eyes dart side to side, far and near, praying for a miracle. I run to the stern, and the miracle I was hoping for appeared. The young husband treads closer to the boat, and in his arm is his infant daughter. His face shows pain and exhaustion. I take the baby from him. As soon as the baby is in my arms, the young man slips underneath the water. Tree dives in and lifts him back up to keep his head above water. Sung and Mintu pull him into the boat and lend a hand to my nephew. All 43 of us are alive and back on the boat, safe for now. Okie dokie. I guess it's not so bad for the first run. Anyways, that's what I'm going to be doing, reading in my pajamas. I started a Patreon page, and I hope that you'll support me. And each submission that I upload will be 1 chapter of Snow in Vietnam, or Snow in Seattle, or Snow's Kitchen, depending on which tier you want to subscribe to. But more about that later. I just wanted to test this equipment out and do some reading for you all. And I hope you enjoyed part of that chapter 29 of Snow in Vietnam, which I read at the author connection for OWFI. And it was pretty intense, pretty incredible way to start the morning, I guess. But you can see, here's my little setup. Yeah,